Hey guys, today I'm going to be showing you how to remove a D-series motor from a 98 Honda Civic. So I'm going to show you step by step what to do, how to take it out and everything, and the way I do it. So as you can see, I already got the motor out. So if you continue watching, you'll know how to take it out as well. So I'm taking it out through the bottom, but you can also use a hoist as well to take it off. Alright, let's go. Hey YouTube, so today I'm going to be showing you how to disconnect everything. I'm going to be disconnecting from all the turbo piping, the AC, power steering, radiator. I'm also going to have to buy different radiator hoses because the B series is way different. So it routes different than this, I believe. But I'm going to disconnect everything. So step by step. First thing you're going to want to do is drain all the fluids, oil, your radiator. I already drained my radiator and everything. I drained the oil. As you can see, it's all empty. Bone dry. A good way to drain it from the oil plug, which is right here. I believe it's a 17 millimeter. I could be wrong, but and then there's a petcock on your radiator right here. Just turn it lefty loosey, righty tighty, obviously, and let it drain all the way out. Squeeze the hose, make sure it all pours out. I used milk jugs and I just filled up those and then take it to your nearest place to have it recycled. So yeah, same with the oil. You could take it to AutoZone or Advanced. That's the places I go to. Just fill them up and then take it to them. So I'm going to start disconnecting everything. I got to disconnect the oil return lines and all that fun stuff. Axles. Yeah, obviously it's going to be step by step, but it should be fun. So first thing I'm going to start doing is you want to disconnect your headers and everything. That's what I'm doing right now. Get all your tools ready. So yeah, so these are going to be like 12 millimeter bolts, these right here. Hopefully you can see everything. I don't know what it's looking at, but I'm hoping. I have the GoPro on my head right now, so yeah. So take off all the 12 millimeter bolts, disconnect your exhaust. Oh, my dog's sitting down there. I'm going to disconnect it from the mid pipe down there so I can drop it all the way down. I may have to take out the AC again because I can't pull it through here. It hits this. But yeah, so I'm going to start disconnecting the AC right now and hoses and disconnect all this up here, and then I'll show you what to do after that. Alright, hopefully you guys can see this. So I'm now going to disconnect my oil feed line, which is a 14 millimeter. So the easiest way for me to do it, you can do it under the car, but it's too hard for me. So I reach behind the intake like this, and then I just look through this little spot hole right here. Just line it up with it, not too hard, and start loosening it. There we go. You're gonna have some oil spill down, so be ready for that. Alright, so once I disconnect this, pull it out, and that way I'm gonna try to pull the exhaust outwards from here since it's already disconnected down there. I just gotta take this off, so I'll get to that when I'm done. Alright guys, I want to show you what I just did. So I was trying to take off this one, and look what happened. It snapped it right off the turbo. Guess that's what happens when you buy eBay, right? So I'm gonna have to replace this whole entire line, plus I gotta replace the adapter now that's on that turbo because it's stripped into there. So yeah, but now I'm going to be disconnecting the AC. I got no AC in the lines already. I already had this drained. So do not disconnect this if you have AC in your line, because this thing will smash you in the face if you try to take it off, and you'll have Freon burn you in the face and all that. So please don't take this off unless you had this already vacuumed. So, oh shit, stuck on there. Oh, I guess I had some air in there, but that was it. So you can see whatever left over was from in there, because I gotta take this off to take this off. I could not take it from the bottom, and I couldn't take it from the top. And I remember that I put in the turbo without the AC in it, so I'm gonna have to take the AC back off again, which is unfortunate. But yeah, so stay tuned. I'm gonna take the AC out now. You're gonna have to take off this bracket. It sits in here like this. Two 10 millimeter bolts right here. Then just pop this off. Disconnect the high pressure hose. After you have the system vacuum, do not take it off if you have Freon in it. It'll be bad. and I'm pretty sure it's illegal to let this freon out into the atmosphere. But yeah, so once you do that, you should be able to just push this forward and pop it out. I'm gonna have to replace this wire because I noticed it got pinched. As you can see, it got cut. Hopefully you can see everything. But yeah, all right, stay tuned. Actually, hold on guys, I forgot there's still one more line on the bottom. This one right here. Hopefully you can see it. I don't know what my camera's aiming, but this condenser line, disconnect it. We shouldn't have any pressure right here, at least I hope not. There you go, pop it out. Perfect. All right. I guess I'll show you guys this while I'm here. So, now, make sure everything's out of the way. I'm gonna put the manifold back on, just like that. Now we got more space to do all this. Now you're gonna wanna pull this up and out. I may have to disconnect some stuff, but I'll find out right now. Be careful taking this all out. You don't wanna rip nothing. Okay, so I got a plug right there. I disconnected it. I think that was it. Only one plug? Really? Oh, okay, that's it guys. Your condenser's now out. Alright, I'm gonna put this over here. And yes, I'll be getting AC back in the B series. I have to get a Del Sol bracket, a Del Sol bracket, because this one won't work on the B series. So, anyways, looks like now I should have space to take out the turbo manifold. Oh, I forgot about that downpipe. Oh, here we go. Drop it down now. Wasn't smart. Okay. Oh, now you can see how the shop welded it. So, this is my downpipe for it. The turbo still looks good. Nice and smooth still. And there's still no shaft play at all. Anyways, I got oil spilling all over now, whatever was left in it, but they did a good job welding it. They made this pipe for me. Came out pretty good. Didn't have any leaks. But that, put this right here for now. All right. Woo. Okay, what's next? All right, looks like I'm gonna have to disconnect this AC hose. Actually, make sure you keep your parts together. So this came off of this condenser. I'm gonna put it back in here. Leave it on this motor. Rest in peace. All right, so now I'm gonna disconnect this, which I believe are all 12s. Long moments. Okay, that's good. Let's disconnect that. Disconnect this. I'll just leave that all on that motor. Okay, I gotta take these off, but I'm gonna have to put the car back down because this is connected to my struts and I don't want them to fall down. I still got to disconnect the fuel lines, which I'm gonna do from right here. So we're gonna disconnect those. We're gonna have some gas spilled a little bit. 18. Oh my god, it's on there. There you go. There you go. There's some fuel. So we're gonna have some fuel spill out a bit. I'm gonna clean up the engine bay anyways. I might paint it while the engine and everything is out. Fun, fun, fun. There's one. Gotta get the bottom radiator hose. This one on the thermostat. It's empty. Good. Yeah, I emptied the coolant a couple days ago. It's a power wire for start. I guess we'll start disconnecting some of these over here so it gets cleared up. Start tucking this under here. What is that, 10? Everything's almost a 10 on damn Honda. Or a 12. God, these mosquitoes. Just dropped the damn. Disconnect the throttle cable. Trying to get all these damn. I'm gonna definitely hide some of these wires. This is. Let go of my ego. Jeez. Thank you. Disconnect the throttle cable. Shazam. Let that sit over there for when you put your nice B series in, whatever you got, B18, B20. This, okay, I want to remove this now because this is in my way. Alright, disconnect that. For some reason I thought it was on here, but my valve cover is stripped. The bolt doesn't grip down on there. So, disconnected. I'm going to probably replace all my grounds too because they look ratchet. I don't know why it won't let me. There we go. Pow! Pull that little bitch out. Put the bolt back in. Alright, now I have you strapped to my GoPro. I'm hoping it doesn't crash again. They get a new one. But money's tight. Alright, so hopefully you can see this. I'm praying you can. So you're going to take this off. I gotta see what size it is. I think it's a 14 or 12. It is a. Looks like a 12. Okay, it's a 12. So I'm gonna bust that loose. So we're gonna take this off, and that'll disconnect the one shift linkage, and then there's another one right here. But there's gonna be a pin that we have to pop out. So give me a moment. Yeah, this bushing is shot on this also. It has a lot of play. If you can see that, hopefully. Alright. Okay. Alright, looks like we're recording now. So see that right there, that bolt? Those are new bushings I put on there. Obviously it's gonna go bye-bye. But it's a 12mm bolt. That's for the first shift linkage. So we're gonna disconnect that, and then there's a pin. See that right there? That pin right there? We're gonna pop that pin out so we can take off the rest of the shift linkage. So I'm gonna do that real quick and we'll get back to it, guys. Stay tuned. Alright. So now that we got this, as you can see, got the bolt out. I'm going to pull the bolt out. I can have my light. Pull the bolt out. Alright YouTube, what's up? So I'm actually recording now with the new GoPro Hero 7. My girlfriend actually bought it for me for my birthday. My other camera ended up taking a crap, and every time I was recording with it, well, while I thought it was recording, the files kept getting corrupted. So every time I tried to play it on the computer or anything, or even on the GoPro, it said SD card error. I even tried multiple different SD cards and still no luck. So this is why this video has been taking so long. I thought maybe my SD card was bad, or yeah, so I found out it was just the camera on my GoPro Hero4 Black Edition, and it kept overheating for some stupid reason, and it wasn't even hot outside. But I'm gonna try out this GoPro Hero 7 and we'll see how it goes. So last I left off on, I gotta start taking the shift linkage off, and I gotta take that bitch pin off. I actually like the lighting on this GoPro. It picks up a lot better than the other one did. But right here, there's gonna be a bitch pin in here. I gotta pop that out, so I'm gonna get another bolt. I think this is the one I had that fit, and I'm gonna put it in between like this, and I'm just gonna smack it till I pop that little bitch pin out, and then I'm gonna pull this off. And I gotta take off, I think it's 12mm bolts down over there, 2 of them. So once I get down there, I'll show you. That way we could take this whole thing out, because we gotta put a B series shift linkage in with the B series motor, obviously. So yeah, so I'm gonna just take this off real quick, and then I'll show you how to disconnect those 2 bolts down there. Alright, stay tuned. As you can see, it's starting to pop out. I'm using this bolt. Just get a bolt that'll fit in there. And as you can see, this bolt fits perfectly inside. And all I'm doing is just smacking it with the hammer. So basically it looks like this. Let's see if I can get it. Ah, it stays. Okay, cool. I'm gonna try to catch it at the other end. So keep one finger like up right here, so in case it pops out, you don't lose it. Oh. A little bit more. And just get a bolt that'll fit exactly in there. You don't want to mess something up. Okay, I felt it popping a little bit. There it goes. Okay, so there it goes. That's that little bitch pin. So get something the same diameter, just maybe a little smaller, and then smack it out. Now that the bitch pin's out, all you have to do is just pull this out like this. Let it just hang out. Don't lose that bitch pin. Well, I mean, you could buy a new one, it doesn't matter. But now that you got this out, now we have to go down there and disconnect the other bolts, and then we could drop the whole thing out. I'm gonna have to also go inside the car, I believe, too, to take the knob off. Alright, stay tuned, guys. Alright, now we're inside the car. So we're going to take off the shifter. So you're going to have to unscrew all the screws on the side. Let's see if I can show them real quick. Take off all the screws. Disconnect everything. I'm going to have to turn the knob. And then just pull this out. Then you can see the shifter and everything, and then it'll just drop down. I'm going to take these nuts off right here. I believe looks like a first I was like, what's going on here? Alright. Now we're going to go underneath the car. Alright, so now I'm underneath the car. And here's the shifter. I'm directly underneath the shift linkage. So we already took those two bolts out. So all you have to do is just wiggle it. There's one bolt. Oh, here it comes. And basically, that's all you gotta do. Oh, there it goes. So now we got the shift linkage out. We can just pull the whole thing out. Alright, YouTube. So now I'm gonna be taking the axles off, and I legit didn't think I was gonna be able to get it off with this impact gun I just used. It's a Harbor Freight Chicago Electric with a 32mm socket, and I actually got the axle nut off, which I didn't think this gun would be able to do. But I just kept hammering it down, and then sure enough it actually took it off. So now I'm going to try to do the other side and see if it'll hopefully come off too. And then we just gotta take the wheels off. Should have took the wheel off first, but yeah. So I'm going to go to the other side. Alright, I want to see if it'll pop off these. Okay. Here. Let's get this lug nut. I sprayed some WD-40 on it, so hopefully it can help you loosen it. As you can see, it's been sitting for a bit. Putting on a 32mm. Alright, that's the first attempt. Voila. Let's go to Chicago Electric. It's pretty strong. It's not even hot. It's pretty nice. Alright, now I'm gonna have to take off this lower nut. Usually it has a pin in here. Hopefully you can see this. I think this is a 17mm, so I'm gonna pop these off so I can pop this down, and then I'm gonna take off these nuts so I can pull off this control arm. Alright, stay tuned. Alright guys, so the Chicago Electric impact gun also took off the bottom axle, or the bottom nut. So I'm gonna go take off the other side now. And then these you also want to take off. They're 17mm, both of them. And then once you take them off, you can move this and pop your axle out from under here. Just take a flathead and put it in between the axle and the transmission, and then pop it. Alright, so I got the other side up. Gonna put it on there and see if it'll get it off too. Not bad. Nice. A lot of grease. That axle boot was gone. Oh yeah, I can see where it's ripped. Alright, hopefully you guys can see this. You'll probably see my dog in the background. So I took off the nut already, as you can see. Next, I'll take off this. Alright. Just like that. Put this together so you don't lose it. Alright. Now, just bang on this. See, it has a little marking right here. Hopefully you can see it. Hey YouTube, so I'm going to show you now how I'm taking off the ball joints. I'm using this tool. It's called a ball joint separator. You can also rent them for free at AutoZone or Advance. You just put down a deposit and you'll get it back when you return the tool. But I'm borrowing my neighbor's, so shout out to my neighbor. And also shout out to my dad for letting me borrow his torque gun, which I didn't think was going to do this job, but it did. So thanks Dad, and thanks neighbor. So yeah, so we're going to put the ball joint separator on here. So what you're putting it in between is this knuckle and the ball joint. And then the bottom part is going to be on the bolt. So let's see if you can see here. See that bolt right there? It's a little lip. It's going to be on that. Make sure it's all nice and snug on there. And then this little 24mm bolt right here. It's so hard to see for some reason. I don't know why. But you're going to be twisting this, and it's going to tighten this bottom lip up. So watch this bolt. I already popped this ball joint. I'm just showing you a demonstration now. And then eventually, it'll pop it up like that. As you can see, I already popped it out. And do that to both sides. I already removed the axle from this side. As you can see, removed it all the way completely out. The ball joint's already separated. I can just pull it out of that socket. But in order to take the axle out, what you do is, it's going to be hard to see right here, I know, but just put a flathead right in between it and then pry it, and it should pop it out. Just once you take this all off, once this ball joint's out, just pull it forwards. Pull this whole entire unit forward. Oops, sorry, I almost dropped the camera. But yeah, just pull this forward out, and then you can slide the axle out. It's hard to see right now, but there it goes. Yeah, just stick a flathead right in here, pry it out, and then you should be good to go. Alright, so as you can see, I got the whole series shift linkage out. I'm gonna see if I can reuse these. I think I can. I'll just match them up with the other shift linkage. Alright, so now we're gonna be taking apart the motor mounts. Everything else is all disconnected. Take it off from right here, and the rear bracket. It's pretty easy on the D series. So take off the bolt that's right here. Take off this whole bracket. There it goes. Take this whole bracket off, and then this whole bracket off, and then you got two on the bottom down there, one right there, and this one. So take this bracket, and that bracket back there on the driver's side. But make sure you have your hoist on here first, so I'll show you what to do next. Okay, so I disconnected the bolt. This is the rear bracket. Pull the bolt out. There's the bolt with the washer. Now the engine is loose in the back. So all I gotta do now is take off these mounts. Those over there, the one on the bottom over here. And we can lift this whole motor out. So what I'm gonna suggest is now that you tie it up. So I'm gonna show you how to hook everything up. Alright, almost forgot. You wanna disconnect your clutch line as well. So from the slave cylinder, just follow the line. I'm disconnecting it right here because that's how my other motor is set up. They cut it right here, so I'm gonna just put this one back in. Alright, you're gonna lose some fluid. Make sure you got some rags. I got a rag and I got a few rags down there. So, alright. Alright, I now disconnected the bracket. I had to take off also this bracket on the side. It's just two 12mm bolts. For some reason, this bolt will not come off. Do not know why. But anyways, you move that to the side. I have full access to everything, so when you pull the motor out, nothing's gonna get snagged. Alright you guys, everything is now disconnected. As you can see, the motor can rock back and forth easy. Only thing that's connected is this and this. I already disconnected the back, which was that long bolt. This one right here. I disconnected these mounts right here. This one. There's two 14mm bolts right up here. And then you just take them out. And there's two on this side. Right here. Maybe right underneath. Just take them both out. And then the motor should be pretty loose. I'd recommend having it on the hoist by now. And then just gonna take these two bolts off and then that bolt over there, and the motor's ready to get pulled. Alright, so I took off the bracket from the transmission. I'm now gonna take the mount off. I'm actually gonna lower the motor down, just pull that up from the bottom. Show you what I did down here. Okay. So I took off the rear bracket, took off these bolts. I put a wooden block on my jack stand, and I'm gonna lower the motor down through the bottom and just pull it out that way. Alright. Alright, now we're gonna be taking these out. Alright, let's show you what's going on. Motor is completely out now. Alright you guys, so that's going to be the end of this video. So that's how you remove it. Just remember to always disconnect everything. That's pretty much simple, so that's why I didn't really show much of the wiring. All you do is literally unplug everything. It's pretty easy, straightforward. But now that I have everything unplugged, I'm gonna get it ready, start prepping it. The second part of this video is going to be basically cleaning up the engine bay, getting it ready for paint, and then getting it ready for the B series to go in. I still got to get the rear mount bracket. I don't have that yet. I got to get an SI bracket. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Just let me know what you think, and don't forget to like and subscribe. Later guys.